Okay, hello. My name is Mab Garcia, and welcome to my podcast. And today we'll be discussing cyberbullying. And as you know, we are having a epidemic happening worldwide. And one of the things that we are having problems with is cyberbullying, and we know that it has been increased during this time. And the experts are saying that one of the reasons why it has an increase is because of the stress kids are going through, and it's one of the things that causes them to kind of latch out at their friends because they're just too stressed, either home, something's happening at home, or just being home or isolated from their friends and their family as well. Another reason why the cyberbullying has increased is due to the non-supervision. There are some parents who are home, but also they have to be juggling between them working at home and helping their child with schoolwork. And sometimes parents don't have that extra time to kind of supervise what exactly they're doing while they're online. We also have parents who are not home, and they're alone, so there's no supervision at home. Sometimes they have their own siblings taking care of them, their brother or sister, or they themselves taking care of younger brothers and sisters. But today we have two guests. We have a guest here. We have Vanessa Herarte and Scarlett Herarte. We have a mom and a daughter here, and we're gonna be discussing about cyber bullying going on. So Vanessa Herarte, I want to ask you a question. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living?
I am a special ed teacher. I work with kids that are 4-year-olds, ETK, and I'm also working from home. I do have 4 children. One is in college and 2 are in high school and 1 is in middle school.
So tell me, as being the mom, how do you feel about this whole cyber bullying going on and the increase that 70%? Because 70% is pretty high.
It is pretty high. Yes, I have noticed an increase, especially in my children, because they are on social media most of the time because they're home. And the bullying that has occurred hasn't really been directly to the person. It's more like insinuating about the bullying, so it's kind of hard to monitor and kind of see exactly what is happening, and a lot of the times the children do not say anything. So my kids, I have to constantly monitor and ask them questions and be aware of what's going on and their attitude, so that way I can help them out. But if they don't say anything to me, there's nothing I can pretty much say or do.
Oh yeah, well done, Mama. How about you? So this is Scarlett Herarte, and what do you think? What's your intake on this? What do you think? Do you you're a student and you love to be online and do TikTok and all that? Do you feel like you see more bullying now than you did before? Or
yeah, I feel like because now that we're in a pandemic, it has increased more. But I also feel like people, they put themselves out there in the internet, so I feel like you kind of have to expect it sometimes. But sometimes people
what? It's okay.
People,
you can say it. It's okay.
So you feel like sometimes people are not too nice, right? Sometimes you feel people are just, do you think that they're just too mean now because of that? Yeah. Oh, okay. So have you ever been cyberbullying? I know
not
it's okay.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
No. But have you ever
if
known?
I have, I feel like I would just ignore it or not let myself.
That's good. Have you know someone who has been cyberbullying?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, I want to go back to you. So you did mention you're a teacher, right?
Correct.
Okay. So as a teacher, what do you think? I mean, what's your intake as a teacher that you work online as well?
Well, I think it's similar as a parent because you don't know what's actually going on out there when kids are sending each other messages, pictures, comments about it. So it's harder to monitor because you don't know what's actually happening unless the children are telling you. And it's hard to communicate because there's always someone around them. You know, when, like, say we have our Zoom meetings, I talk to the child and I see what's going on, what's bothering you. We can't really address that because there's people around him. And I've seen it even within siblings that are bullying each other. I can see my 4-year-old who's trying to listen and pay attention to class, where they have a 6 and 7-year-old brother who are probably supposed to be in class and are not. So they come and they bug and they tease and they're hitting their siblings. And I, as a teacher, it's hard for me to monitor that because I'm not in that setting. I can bring the attention and say, oh, you know, we're continuing to sing a song, come join us. But it's hard to see that. So that's what I've experienced as a teacher.
And it's, you know, it's something that I could say that it's really serious because not only, you know, it's affecting, you know, the students, the kids are affecting them because we do see some sort of like depression. We do see some suicide increase as well. It's something that, you know, it's very heartbreaking at the same time. And, you know, do you have anything to say about that?
It's hard because as a mom, when you're home with your kids and you hear all these depressions going on, suicide and bullying, and all this is happening, you don't know where to go. So you either want to be very strict with them and not be very strict with them. So it's kind of hard to balance that, because if you're in a pandemic and you're home and you are isolated and you can't go anywhere, how are you going to restrict them from doing a lot of things? So there has to be a balance, and it's really hard to come across that because you're like, am I being too lenient? Am I being too hard? Am I pushing them away? Am I, you know, are they getting closer to me? Because I like to have that relationship with my kids where they can come and approach me and talk to me when something's happening or bothering them. If they can't come to me, at least go to some other adult. And the same thing with the children, with my students. That's the same thing where it's hard to monitor what's going on and what's happening. But you can see there's days that you have kids that are motivated and excited to be in class, and there's other times that they don't really want to be there. They're angry, they're upset, and we don't know what's going on because they cannot communicate with us.
How do you feel about that, Miss Scarlett over here? How do you feel about do you feel comfortable, like, you know, when you're feeling like, since you've been doing a cyber learning for quite, what, how much, 8 months? 8 months already?
Almost a year.
Almost a year, yeah, almost a year you've been doing it. How do you feel? Do you feel like, how do you like it? I mean, just give us an intake. How do you feel?
I feel like it's pretty good, but it's also like you don't want to be at home. You want to do things because you want to interact with people. You want to do more stuff. You want to actually get the experience. So yeah,
definitely, yeah. Well, I think it's something that I think we have to look really close into it, and just I guess as I'm a parent as well, as a parent, but I don't have teenagers. I have a 2-year-old, so I know, as Ms. Arate has mentioned, that, you know, it is difficult. It's a challenge I think for any parent. It's a challenge right now, and it's, you know, it's something that, you know, I take a deep breath and exhale really, because it's just, I know that it's a challenge. And I want to say thank you to Vanessa Arate and Scarlett for coming, and thank you all for listening and viewing my podcast. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Bye.